Hi everyone, Miss Lehmann back here with some more of Deck the Halls, We're Off the Walls. Chapter number 5, True Love. Hi Arlo. Oh! It was Andrea. She's the only person in the world who calls me by my real name. I must have jumped 3 feet in the air. Little Miss Perfect was with her crybaby friend Emily. They were carrying a bunch of packages. What are you doing here? I asked Andrea. Buying yourself a new encyclopedia because your old one wore out? Very funny, said Andrea. Emily and I bought toys for homeless boys and girls. That's right, said Emily, who always agrees with everything Andrea says. We want to bring peace and harmony to kids all over the world. Oh, yeah? We came here to meet Santa Claus, Alexia said. Ooh! Andrea said, all excited. We want to meet Santa, too. Can we come with you guys? We'll have to talk it over, I said. The gang and I moved off to the side and huddled up like football players. What do you think? Asked Neil. Should we let them hang with us? I say no, I said. I don't want to walk around with Andrea all day. Ooh, AJ doesn't want to walk with Andrea, said Ryan. They must be in love. Wait a minute, I yelled. I told you I didn't want to walk with Andrea. Why are you saying I'm in love with her? AJ, everybody knows you love Andrea, said Neil. It's totally obvious that you only said you didn't want to walk with her to hide the fact that you're in love with her. Okay, I said. In that case, it's okay with me if Andrea walks with us. Ooh, AJ wants to walk with Andrea, said Ryan. They must be in love. Wait a minute. That's not fair, I shouted. So it doesn't matter what I say. I'm in love with Andrea, whether I want to walk with her or not. Ooh, AJ just admitted he's in love with Andrea, said Alexia. When are you going to get married? Asked Neil. If these kids weren't my best friends, I would hate them. Chapter 6, Waiting in Line Stinks. Andrea said she knew where Santa was, and she led us to the other side of the mall. Finally, we found the end of the line of people waiting to meet Santa. There must have been 1,100,000 kids there. I could see a sign in the distance that said, Santa's workshop, but Santa Claus was too far away. He was off in a special roped-off area. We should sneak up to the front of the line, I whispered. That would be wrong, Arlo, Andrea said. These kids got here before we did. I was going to sneak up anyway, but a big arm came around in front of my face. I looked up. You'll never believe whose arm it was. Officer Spence, our school security guard. He was standing on a Segway. Those things are cool. Officer Spence, I said, what are you doing here? Making sure everybody waits in line, he told me, and earning a little extra money over the holidays. How long will we have to wait in line? Ryan asked. About an hour, Officer Spence said. An hour? We could die from old age while we're waiting, I said. An hour is like forever, said Michael. Andrea rolled her eyes. Boys should learn to be patient, she said. I wasn't sure if it was worth it to wait in line for an hour. I thought that maybe we should just forget about meeting Santa. But that's when I heard those magic words. Santa's giving out candy, some kids said. Santa is giving out candy. Santa is giving out candy, shouted another kid. In case you were wondering, everybody was saying that Santa was giving out candy. And if there's one thing that I love almost as much as Santa, it's candy. All the candy I got on Halloween is gone. So we decided to stay in line. But waiting in line is boring. To kill the time, I practiced what I was going to say when I got to Santa. I want the new Striker Smith Commando action figure with missile launcher, a voice activator, attack dog, and a deluxe blowtorch. Other accessories sold separately, batteries not included. Striker Smith is a superhero from the future who travels through time and fights all who dare to thwart his destiny. He can turn into a jet plane when you push a button on his stomach. His armor suit is tough enough to withstand a nuclear blast. He's a one-man wrecking machine, ready to take on any evil to save the world. 2 Christmases ago, I got my first Striker Smith action figure. Then on the school bus, I tied a string to Striker's leg and lowered him out the window so he could fight the bad guys who were attacking the bus. But Striker fell under the bus and got decapitated. That's a fancy way of saying his head came off. We had a funeral for his head. I wrote this poem in honor. Ashes to ashes, dust to dusted, we buried Striker because he was busted. He was cool, but now he's dead. It's hard to live without a head. I got a new Striker Smith last Christmas, but he met his untimely end when his head got tragically melted in a battle with an evil magnifying glass. So now I wanted to get a new Striker, the one that comes with a blowtorch. It's cool. Most of the other kids in line were little. They didn't even look like they were in the first grade yet. Man, I thought, those kids can't even read. They don't even know what 2 + 2 equals. They don't know anything. It's hard to believe that I was that dumb a few years ago. Standing still is the most boring thing in the history of the world. What a snooze fest. The line inched forward a little. I could almost see Santa. I bet it's not the real Santa, I told Alexia. It's just some guy in a Santa suit. The little kid in front of me heard that and turned around. He was holding his mother's hand and he looked like he was going to cry. He must have been waiting for a long time already. If these kids didn't get to meet Santa soon, they were going to freak out. A group of grown-ups strolled by the line singing Christmas carols. Somebody else walked by with a real reindeer. There were more reindeer in a petting zoo. Where do you think they got those reindeer? My classmate. From Rent-A-Reindeer, I told him. You can rent anything. Some lady came by asking kids if they wanted to write a letter to Santa and have it delivered to the North Pole. That was a dumb idea. Santa was right here at the mall. Why would I want to send a letter all the way to the North Pole? When are we going to get there? Asked Ryan. Waiting in line stinks, I said. You boys are annoying, Andrea said. Why don't you go take a walk? Emily and I will hold your place in line. She didn't have to ask us twice. We got out of there. And that's the end of chapter 6 of Deck the Halls. We're off the walls. Have a nice afternoon.